Hi. I decided I wanted to do some YouTube videos, and they're probably not going to amount to anything, but I decided I wanted to just try and do it for fun and see how it goes. So I don't want to try anything forced, like I don't want to try to pick a topic to talk about or something to do and make it seem very obvious that I'm just trying to make a good video and not have fun. So it was hard to think of a topic or of something to talk about. So I decided just to make a short video about something I was just discussing yesterday, and that is Zac Efron. Um, so we know Zac Efron these days. He's in like a lot of party movies and whatnot. But people my age might remember him from High School Musical. He was very popular as Troy Bolton in High School Musical, you know, the basketball player who decided to sing. And um, for a long time, he was very much just known as the High School Musical guy. And I remember when he started to try to branch off and break away from that High School Musical image, one of the first things he did was Hairspray. And this was cool, yet at the same time, for him, it was kind of typecasting him as the musical guy. It was another musical, and Zac Efron wanted to have kind of a more broad resume, kind of. He didn't want people to just think of him as the musical guy and only want to cast him in musicals. So he went off and did some other movies. But despite that he didn't want to be typecast at all, I'm noticing these days that he's very much being typecast again, kind of. Notes random movies that he's been in, stuff like Neighbors, Neighbors 2, the new one, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Zac Efron has pretty much become typecast as the party guy in movies. I know he's done a couple movies where he hasn't really been the party guy, but I know he's done a couple serious ones. But to be honest, I can't even remember the titles of them, and that's going to be typical because people aren't going to remember the little things like that. People are going to remember stuff like High School Musical or the party movies. And I have nothing against Zac Efron. I love Zac Efron. I think he is hot as balls, but ugh, balls aren't really that hot. Hmm. Anyways, but I don't know what he's doing now. Like, is he just going to continue being in these party movies, or is he going to keep going? I know he kind of helped make Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. He wasn't just cast in that. I think he helped write it. So he's kind of getting into this whole thing where he's creating himself as the party guy. And I don't know if this is intentional or if it's not, or I don't know if he's still feeling like he's the High School Musical guy and he's really trying to break free from that by showing he is not Disney and putting himself in these movies where he's doing lots of drinking, lots of drugs, and whatnot. But it just seems like he's becoming typecast as the party guy. And for somebody who wants a little bit more of a broad resume, that's not really going to work out so much. So what I'd really like to see is Zac Efron in like an action movie. I don't know if he's been in any. Honestly, I'm anything that's not really his musicals or his party movies. It really skips my mind. So he might have been in one or two, but for the most part, people don't think of Zac Efron as like an action movie guy. So I would really like to see Zac Efron in an action movie. It doesn't have to be Zac Efron singing. It doesn't have to be Zac Efron as the guy with his shirt off. I mean, it could be Zac Efron as the guy with his shirt off, but you know what I mean? Like, there is an image that he's created for himself in a way, and I'd like to see something a little different than that. And I think he would like to see that too. And it's hard for him because people are seeing him as this certain type of character and wanting to use him as that type of character. So, I mean, I'm not going to pretend to be a Zac Efron expert. Like I said, I can't remember even the names of some of his movies. But that's just how I feel about Zac Efron right now. And I think it would be cool. So